Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Georgia. I hope you're well. Welcome to another sort of monthly doing book stuff video. I do one of these every single month where we sort of like tidy up from last month's reading, update journals and get everything ready for the next month's worth of readings. We are at the end of May. May was my birthday month, so I definitely have a lot of new books to show you guys. It's definitely got a little bit out of hand. I got a lot of vouchers and things for my birthday. I also had some of the book girlies very kindly send me some books over, and I've also went to 66 books this month, so I have a lot of new books, like a hell of a lot of new books. There's like 36 new books added to my collection this month. That is ridiculous. I am well aware. That is including the books that I got from 66 Books, which I've already done a video on, so I'll leave that linked up here if you want to see those books. So I'm just going to go through the rest of the books that I got this month. We're also going to do a nice big shelf reorganisation because I've got to find a home for all of these books as well, which is going to be a struggle on its own. We also are going to update my series trackers and my journal and things like that. But I thought we could start by going through all the new books that I've received this month because obviously it is a lot. So let's start with my big birthday haul, and then we will go on to the other bits and bobs. So grab a drink, grab a snack. This is probably going to be a long one, so buckle up and let's go through all the books I received this month to begin with. So I'm going to start with some of the gifts that I received this month. So my wonderful friend Faye actually managed to get her hands on a copy of the Waterstones edition of book 3 of the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. I missed the release for this. I missed the release of the Sprayed Edges version. I couldn't get a hold of it, and Faye has very luckily managed to get her hands on it for me. Thank you so much, Faye. I'm so grateful. So I now have the full collection of these books with the beautiful sprayed edges, and I am so lucky. So thank you so much, Faye, for this one. It's gonna look so pretty all like put together on a bookcase. I cannot wait. I'm really excited to give this series a go, but all the books are so chunky. I then received a lovely package from my friend Chloe, and it comes with a little note that just says, "Happy birthday, beautiful. Have the best day. You deserve it. Love, your long distance book bestie, Chloe." So I got a couple of bookmarks. So we first got this one here that says, "Time spent with books and cats is never wasted." So I love this. This is adorable. And then we also have another one that just says, "You paused here." I think this one is so cute. I absolutely love it. And then I also just have a little charm as well, like a little keychain that just says, "There's no such thing as too many books." And it's just got some really lovely charms on it. So it's got a little flower and then a little book as well. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's just so sweet. So I'm going to be adding that to my keys very soon. And in that parcel was also 2 books. So we have Heartless. Now this I think is sort of like the story of the Queen of Hearts before she became like the Queen of Hearts. It just says before she was the Queen of Hearts, she was just a girl who wanted to fall in love. I cannot wait to give this one a go. I've heard such amazing things, and I feel like it's been one that was been on my radar for like years now that I've just never got around to picking up. So I'm really happy with that one. And then we also have Duke from Jessica Peterson. Now this is book 4 in the Lucky River Ranch series by this author. I've got the other 3 books on my shelves already, so I'm really excited to jump into this one as well. So thank you so much, Chloe. That's so sweet of you. I cannot wait to jump into those books. And then I also got some lovely presents from sort of like James's family. So I got a bunch of presents and then some vouchers and a book in there as well. So we've got a love letter to whiskey. I'm so excited to read this one. I think it's like a country romance. I've heard so many amazing things, but like a lot of like heartbreaking things about this one as well. And I'm really excited to give it a go. And then in that package was also some vouchers. So I managed to get my hands on the Compelling Fates saga by Sophia St. Germain. I've heard the most amazing things about this series as a whole. So I've got books 1 to 4. It's a fantasy romance series. I think there's a lot on like politics and things like that, but it just sounds like such an amazing series, and I've heard the most amazing things. So I did decide with those vouchers to pick up the entire series. I just think that they're stunning as well. Like I love the art and the design on them. I just think they're gorgeous. So thank you so much to James's family for these ones. And then the girls from work also got me a Waterstones voucher. So I picked up these 2 here. So I've got Bulletproof and I've got Your Knife, My Heart by K.M. Morinova. I think I'm saying that right. I've heard the most amazing things about these books. I feel like they've been doing the rounds on sort of TikTok recently. So they only had these 2 and they are both sprayed edges, and I know this one is book 1 in a series. I think there is 2 of these, so I'm hoping I can get my hands on book 2 with the sprayed edges as well, just because I think they are so pretty. These are both dark romances, and I am so excited to jump into these. So thank you so much for my work girlies for these ones. And then I also picked up these from Amazon with a voucher from my family. So I picked up the Shadow Realm series by Brim Weaver. These have been like redesigned and then republished on Amazon. and I love Bryn Weaver. If you've watched any of my videos talking about Bryn Weaver, you know how much I love her writing, so I'm really excited to give these a go. I think these were like one of her original series and she's basically just rebranded and republished them, and I am so excited to give these a go. I think they're sort of similar to her other stuff in that they're sort of like serial killer or that sort of mob life, but they have like a fantasy element to them as well, and I cannot wait to give these a go. So I did pick up all 3 on Amazon and I am so excited. I am like, these will be getting read relatively soon because I love Bryn Weaver's writing so much. I also ended up with a voucher from the works as well from another one of my lovely friends, and I actually picked up the Bryn Weaver collection. I think these are all her YA books. Again, I have heard the most amazing things. I've read The Love Wager by Lynn Painter and really enjoyed that, so I've heard that these are just full of like lust and yearning and are just like the most fun, so I'm really excited to jump into these. We've got Better Than the Movies, Nothing Like the Movies, Betting on You, and The Do-Over. So I'm really excited to try these ones as well. And then finally we've just got some other like bits and bobs. So I did manage to get my hands on Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. Again, I got the really beautiful Waterstone Sprayed Edges edition. I missed the original release for these and I genuinely thought I weren't going to be able to get my hands on them, but I did manage to get in there. I managed to sneak in. This was like one of 3 that were left. So I was really close to not getting the matching edition for this. This is book 2 in the Wolves of Ruin series by this author, and I absolutely love book 1, so I'm really looking forward to jumping into that. I also got a copy of Bloodbound by Alice Hunter. I've heard the most amazing things, and when reading this it just sounds like so much fun. We've got witches, we've got dragons, we've got competitions and trials. This one just sounds like a bit of me, and I'm really looking forward to jumping into this one and giving this a go. It sounds so much fun. I also got my hands on a copy of Power Play by Chelsea Curto. This is the works edition with the really pretty sprayed edges where the picture like continues on with the books. I do want to get the entire series in these editions because I just think they are stunning. I haven't read the synopsis for this one. I know they're interconnected standalones, but I don't really like reading the synopsis when it's not book 1 and I've not read the book before, just in case. But I'm really excited to give this one a go. I've heard the most amazing things about this series, so another one that I'm really looking forward to. And then I also just have a pre-order, so I got a copy of Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. This is her new like country romance series. Is it Emerald Lake? Doubting myself. I'm pretty sure it's the Emerald Lake series, but it doesn't actually say it on the spine or on the front of the cover, but I'm pretty sure that's what this series is going to be called. I am really excited to read these. I'm currently reading the Rose Hill series. I've read Chestnut Springs, I've read Gold Rush Ranch, I'm reading Rose Hill, and then I will be ready for when these new books come out in this series as well. So another one that I am extremely excited for. I've just realised they're right in your way, aren't they? But yeah, I absolutely adore Elsie Silver's writing and all of her characters, so I'm really looking forward to getting to this series as well. And then finally we have my May Fairy Loot, so just skip ahead if you don't want any spoilers, but we'll do the quick wrap around. So we got Verity Guild by May Corland. I don't know if I'm saying her first name right or not. I think this is the author that did the 5 Broken Blades or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was that series, which has had the most amazing reviews and things that I've not really bought or read or picked up or anything. But I'm really looking forward to this one. This one sounds like a bit of a fantasy romance / murder mystery type. The theme for this month was prophecies and schemes, but I'll just give you the full wrap around. Reversible dust jacket. The naked hardcover on this book I think might be my favourite so far. It is stunning. Like, look at her. Is she not just like gorgeous? And then the illustrated end pages. So there we have it. I'm not going to read out the synopsis for these because I feel like I always just make a fool of myself when I try, so I'm not going to. I'm pretty sure I do actually read it on my unboxing though, so if you want to check that out you can head to my socials for that. So yeah, they're all my new books. It's a little bit ridiculous and it's definitely getting out of hand. I think I might do my series tracker next just so that I can add all of these on before I put them away, because again there is a lot and I fear I'm going to like forget some. Let's do that next, I think. Okay, so we now have my series tracker up and running. So I'm going to start by, I think, marking the books that I've actually read this month. We first have The Seasons of Carnage. I am now up to date with this. Book 2 literally comes out like next week or something like that, but obviously it's not out yet, so I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I then have Wild Loves. We have the Rose Hill series. I haven't read much this month at all, so I'm now in progress with this one. I'm totally lying, there's 4 of those out now and I've read the first one, so that's that one. And then we have The Goal by L. Kennedy. So that's the off-campus series. So this is controversial, but I'm going to mark this as complete. I'm not going to read the Legacy until I have read the Briar U series. So I'm just going to mark this as complete, and I'm going to read that when I've finished both series. Come at me all you want, that's what's happening. And then finally, To Cage a Wild Bird. So I thought that To Cage a Wild Bird was a standalone, but it's not. We are going to have to add this on. So it's a fantasy, it's ongoing, but I am up to date with it because at the minute there's only one book out and I have read that one book. So that's fine. It comes pretty much straight off anyway. That's all the books I read. We also read The Someday Garden, but that's a standalone, so I don't need to add that onto anything. So we're now going to go through and add all of the books that I need to read. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, this is going to take a while. So we first have Your Knife, My Heart by M.K. Moranova. It's dark romance. I'm pretty sure it's complete. I've not started it. 2 books out. Not read any of them. Compelling Fate Saga is fantasy. I'm pretty sure it's complete. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I've not started it. There's 4 books and I've read none of them. Love Letter to Whiskey. I'm pretty sure it's standalone. Duke is the Lucky River Ranch. So there's 4 of those. The War of Lost Hearts. I now have all 3. Fever Dream. I'm pretty sure is Emerald Lake. So this one is a romance. It's ongoing. I've not started it yet. There's 1 out and I've read none of them. Power Play is the DC Stars. Okay, I've already got it as 4 anyway, so that's fine. Wolves of Ruin. I've got it down as Diabound, but it's actually Wolves of Ruin. So I'm going to change that. And I'm going to put it back to In Progress. 2 books, I've got 1 remaining. We've then got the Lynn Painter books. So I'm going to put the Better Than the Movies ones on here. I'm pretty sure there's like 2 novellas, but I'm probably not going to read the novellas realistically. Okay, and then speaking of Lynn Painter, the Love Wager ones technically need to go on here. I'm going to put Mr. Wrong Number on here. It is in progress. I've read 1 of them. I've read the Love Wager. So that's 2 of 1. So we have the Shadow Realm. So I'm going to class these as dark romance because they're going to go on my dark romance shelf. It is a complete series. I have not started it yet. There are 3 books out and I have read none of them. So that's those. None of those need to be added on. And then the Kingdom of Lies. Kingdom of Lies. Okay, I've already got 4 and I've got this as I've read the first one. I have not. So I've messed up somewhere there, haven't I? Lovely stuff. I'm pretty sure that's all my new ones added on and stuff. So I do think my number's going to have increased because obviously I've added a few series. So yeah, we're up to 17 that I need to finish. So I'm going to have to get that under control this month, I think, because I wanted to keep it under 15 if I could. So let me just have a quick look at my in the middle of, just to see if there's any we can like tick off sharpish. There's a few that I just have 1. We can definitely get that back down to 15, but I know I have a few for this month that I'm going to be starting new series, so we'll have to see how that goes. So just to quickly talk you numbers then, we have 130 series, 21 of those are completed, 16 are up to date, 76 to start, and 17 I'm in the middle of. Still 28% of my series done and up to date, so I'm happy with this. It's all fine. Stress. Let's move on. I'm actually going to go through my bookshelves next and put these all away because I can't actually sit at my desk for the amount of crap currently piled on it and for all of the books that I need to put away. So that's going to be my next job, I think. As you can see, we've actually got a bookshelf here with not a lot of books on them, and that's because I've actually decided on a few that I'm going to get rid of. I'm not going to read them, and I'd rather them go to a home that will. And now we can refill my shelves with books that I think I'm actually going to pick up. So now we're going to get on to putting all of our books away. I'm probably just going to time lapse this because if not, this video is going to be 8 hours long. So let's fix the bookshelves. So bookshelves have been sort of redone as good as they're getting right now. I'm probably going to go through and like fine tune the shelf that I've just rammed a shit ton of romances on just because it's not really in an order that I want. but I just wanted to go through the books that had come off my shelves. So 2 of my Abby Jimenez books have been swapped for the ones with matching fonts. I then got my LJ Shen collection because I just don't think I'm going to read any of them. So I've got My Dark Romeo and My Dark Desires and Truly Madly Deeply. They'll all be going on Vinted. I've got The Dating Countdown. This is like book 3 in a series and I just don't see myself gravitating towards picking up the others, so I'm just going to part with this one. And then finally I've got all the Brutal Birthright series. These are all going to go because I read book 1. I think I rated it like a 3-star and I've just really not had any sort of pull towards picking up the rest of the series. So I'm going to give them to somebody who will. And then finally there's my original copy of A Caught This Cruel and Lovely. I do explain on my 66 books video that like I managed to get the whole series, but I knew it weren't in the same sort of like matte format, so I repurchased book 1, so I'm going to pass this one on as well. 13 books I will be parting with, so if you are interested in any of those books, they might be on Vinted. If not, they've gone to a charity shop. So I think that's the shelves as organised as they're going to get. So yeah, let's finally finish this off by updating my bullet journal. Let's go. That is my bullet journal all done and ready, so let me just quickly do a flip through for you guys. So still none of my goals are complete yet, but I have coloured in my 5 for the month of May. It's annoying me how little I've read this month. I have been able to add a couple to my A to Z, so we've managed to get Taurus Season by Bryn Weaver on here and also Wild Love by Elsie Silver on there as well. No other new letters this month, unfortunately. And then I've also ticked off 2 from my 26 and 2026. So we've got Wild Love and To Cage a Wild Bird. I think that's everything so far. I am doing pretty good on this so far, I think. We're feeling pretty strong. I've added my sort of like new releases and things like that on here all ready to go. Then for my best book of 2026, we've got Wild Love by Elsie Silver. It is my only 5-star this month, so I've added that down here, but there's nothing to pit that against just yet. And then I've also filled out my month in stats. Now, my numbers never seem to add up, and it's really driving me crazy, but they're as good as they're probably gonna get, so I'm gonna take it as a win. I literally spent about an hour going backwards and forwards with these, trying to make sure that it worked and that they made sense. So this month's are definitely right, but we'll go into them in more detail in a bit. We've next got my series tracker. I'm not going to go through that again because obviously we've just done that on my laptop. And then for my reading log, I've added May's books just there. And nothing in my DNF graveyard or on my God tier sort of like list yet. So jumping over to my May spreads then. So we've got a very simple setup as always. I have discovered that like I used to do really detailed and very heavy on the drawing like bullet journals and stuff, but I've learned that I just don't stick to it, so I've gone back to basics. We've got stickers, I'm just using one colour, keeping it very simple, and I am finding that I'm actually sticking to it, doing it that way. So we have my TBR for May stuck down here. I've ticked off the 3 that I have read. I've read 3 of 6 this month, and as you can see, it's 3 fantasies that I haven't read, so I'm clearly just not in a fantasy mood right now. And then we have all my statistics, so 5 books read, which worked out at 1,971 pages. I've read 4 physically, 1 on audio. My average rating is 4.25 stars for this month. I had 1 5-star. I've bought 36, well, bought, received, presents, you know what I mean. I have gained 36 books this month, and I've also unhauled 13 books as well. I've read 1 arc, and that takes my final figures to 512 books owned. 16 of those are duplicates. I know that's insane. 160 books read in total, and that works out at 31% of my physical TBR read. So I was up to 34%, but then obviously with all the books that I've gained this month, that has to come back down again. But that's okay. I'm going to try and keep it above 30 and never let it drop before 30 again. But we are going to focus on my books now and stop buying them. Okay, and then my books in previous years. So in 2024, I read 4 books in May. 2025, 8 books, and in 2026 I've read 5 books in the month of May. And then finally we just have the books that I read with their ratings. We did have a bit of a smudge incident, but it's fine. Not as many books as previous months, because I know like last month for example we had like 10, and this month we only have 5, but that's okay. Some months are going to be more than others. It is what it is. So that is my journal all up to date and complete. So that is everything for this video. I know it has been heavy on just like book hauls and stuff, but obviously birthday month, it all kind of goes out the window. So I haven't actually had much to do, and I've not actually been home for a lot of this month. I've just been so busy in like a lot of birthday plans, and then away for a weekend, and then away for a week, and it's just been back-to-back plans and busyness, so I've not really had much to actually sort. So I'm feeling all ready for June. My June TBR has been chosen. I'll leave that linked for you guys as well if you want to see the sort of prep for that. They're all on top of my TBR cart now. I've got like a new little setup for that, and yeah, we're doing good. Feeling ready to go. So that is everything for today then. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys want to see in these videos. I know they are getting a little bit repetitive, so I do want to sort of mix these up a little bit, but equally I like having somewhere to track my progress, so we'll see what we can do. But let me know if there's anything in particular you guys want to see, and I'll be sure to do it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon, my Goodreads and my business email are all in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really hope you guys are well. Take care. Bye.